Well, we all like to make predictions before the season, but what team has surprised you the most?
I think Notre Dame surprised me the most. I didn't think there's any way they'd be where they're at now. I mean, offensively they've been a mixed bag, but defensively they've been one of the best in the country, and it's been pretty impressive to watch. Winning close games, finding a way to get it done, that's all that matters, and the Irish has definitely had a great season.
I think when you look at what Manti Te'o's done, he's certainly in the Heisman talk. If the season ends today, who wins the Heisman?
It's Colin Klein. That's easy. I think Te'o deserves to be in the conversation. A.J. McCarron does. Kenyon Barner does. But right now, there's nobody that's been, more productive this season. I mean, just rushing the football for rushing touchdowns, passing. That's where he's made his most improvement as a passer. He does more at the line of scrimmage. And really, I think if you take him off Kansas State and put a traditional quarterback, they're a 5-win, 6-win, 7-win team at the most, and so I think he means probably the most to his team, and he's been the most sensational player this year.
Well, Kansas State, one of the unbeatens. Out of the unbeatens, who's the next to fall?
It's Kansas State's just been so good at not turning the football over. It's bound to happen at some point. They're going to make some turnovers, and so I think you could see Kansas State. But you look at Oregon and USC; they play this week too. Notre Dame, they're good for a couple weeks. They got some patty cakes the next couple weeks, so they'll be good to go until they play at USC.
Well, before the season even started, we realized that the landscape of college football is changing. What do you see for the future of the postseason?
Certainly moving ahead, I think, to playoffs, I think will be really interesting, obviously. I think it's something fans have wanted for a long time, getting a chance to watch the top 4 teams play off and really kind of find an undisputed national champion at the end of the year. I think is exciting for fans. It's exciting for all of us. Funny enough, I think this will be a year maybe we wish we had one. I think there'll be 4 undefeated teams at the end of the season, so we'll see.
Well, speaking of unbeatens, Alabama takes on LSU this weekend. Obviously a good rivalry. What's your favorite college football rivalry?
Wow. Well, playing at Florida, I played in a bunch of good ones, whether it was against Tennessee or Florida State or Georgia. That Alabama-LSU game recently has really become a favorite, I think. It just reminds me of like the Steelers-Ravens on Sundays. It's always so physical. It's dominated by defense and teams that can run the football. Even though I'm a former quarterback, I like passing. This is actually one of those games that's become a lot of fun for me to watch.
Right, well, that's actually one of the things I was going to ask you, some quick hits. Would you prefer to see, a highly offensive shootout or a big defensive game?
I love shootouts always. I think back to last year's bowl game between Baylor and Washington. That was probably one of my more favorite games of the year, where it's defense optional. However, again, even though LSU-Alabama is my favorite rivalry, I'm a big fan of shootouts. Good stats for the quarterbacks.
Right. Okay, day games or night games?
Night games. Just a different vibe. Playing in them, I think, for fans, too. It's more fun for us.
Mm-hmm. Okay, traditional uniforms or innovative, crazy uniforms?
I'm a fan of tradition, although some of the new unis are pretty sweet. I actually like what Notre Dame wore against Miami.
You like the swagger?
I did.
Can we get your thoughts on playing in the '99 Orange Bowl?
Yeah, that was a great memory for me, certainly. How about you?
It was great.
Yeah, do you remember it?
Yeah, you won, right?
We did
Doug
win.
Johnson broke his ankle?
He did.
Sweet.
We played Syracuse. That's why we worked so well in the booth together. Yeah, I remember it was a great game. It was, playing in the Orange Bowl was so much fun. It was a great environment, obviously, and we were playing against a really good team in Syracuse with Donovan McNabb, and it was a big win. It was, Doug Johnson had got hurt early, unfortunately, and hurt himself, and I was able to come in, and defense played great that day. That was just one of my biggest, probably bigger memories from playing college football, was getting a chance to play in that big game. And it's such a historic game in an historic setting like that. That was a lot of fun.